Hi, and welcome to my first impressions of Cardcaptor Sakura. So Cardcaptor Sakura is a manga by Clamp. It had 12 volumes originally when it was published by Tokyo Pop, and in its Japanese releases. It had 9 collector's editions currently being released by Kodansha, or 4 omnibuses that were previously released by Dark Horse. This is a action, romance, comedy, magic, fantasy shoujo series. At the moment it's being published by Kodansha, but it has also been published by Dark Horse and Tokyo Pop in the past. So, Cardcaptor Sakura follows a young girl in the 4th grade named Sakura. One day, Sakura finds a strange book in her father's library. The book was made by the wizard Clow to hold dangerous spirits that are sealed within cards. Upon opening the book, the cards escape and Sakura meets Kero-chan. Let's see if I can find... That's Kero-chan. So Kero-chan is a cute little creature who was inside the book to protect the cards, but while he was sleeping, Sakura opened the book and allowing the cards to escape. So Sakura must now take on the role of a magical girl and go and capture the cards that have escaped. So I have had this volume on my shelf for a few years. If you're wondering what edition this is, because you don't recognize it, it is the Kodansha Bilingual edition. I think these were released probably a very long time ago. The pages are still quite white though, which is nice. I found this in an op shop for I think $3 or something, so it's got stains on it and the whole back of it was bent. I think that it probably had a dust cover at some point, because I tried to look up these editions and the ones that I saw had a different cover. So I think that it had a dust jacket on it at some point, but it just didn't have it when I found it in the op shop. I haven't given it much thought since I bought it. I sort of bought it as like a cool collector's edition, and I thought like, oh, this is nice, you know, to have a manga that's in Japanese and in English. I just thought that was cool, and how could I pass it up when it was only a couple dollars? It was just a cool find at an op shop. So I haven't really given much thought to reading it. I've always been under the impression that Cardcaptor Sakura is for kids, but recently I decided to give it a read, as I noticed that a lot of people actually have this in their collection. So I thought, why not give it a go? The story is good. Things are explained from the start, so you always know what's happening. The first few chapters were very episodic. Like, they would go off to collect this one card, and then they would get that card, and it would go to the next chapter, and it would be about a different card that they have to get. They'd get the card at the end of that chapter, and so on. The events were contained within each chapter, and the next chapter, as I said, the next chapter moved on to a completely different thing. The last couple of chapters in the volume, however, were continuations of the same thing. Like, they continued the story. The characters are likable. Obviously, Sakura is a little childish, as to be expected, since I think she's only around 10. But there are also older characters in the manga as well that are nice, that are more adult. Also, the art is so nice. Like, look at that. And like the pages between chapters and stuff. Yeah, the art is lovely. It's probably one of the best arts I've seen. Yeah, the art is cute and adorable and very aesthetically pleasing. So overall, I really enjoyed reading this first volume, but I'm a little unsure if I should continue reading it, especially since the only way to buy the full story at the moment that's in print are collector's editions from Kodansha, and they're lovely hardcover, big editions with coloured pages. I know that they look beautiful. I just don't know if this is worth reading. Is it? If you've read this, please let me know. Is this for kids, or is it something that someone, you know, who's in their early 20s could enjoy as well? Because I'm really interested to know, because I really do like the art. I do think it's quite cute. So if it's not going to be too childish, I wouldn't mind actually picking it up and reading it. So let me know what you think down below, please. Alright, thank you very much for listening to my first impression. Yeah, it wasn't as childish as I thought it was going to be, but I don't know. Some of it did seem a little childish, but I think that could be the translation, because it's the bilingual edition. As you can see, it's got the English and the Japanese. I wonder if maybe the translation in this is different to the translation in the current releases. So I don't know if that's maybe swaying my opinion a little bit. But yeah, let me know if you have the collector's editions, if they're worth getting, or if you don't have them but you've read this series, let me know if it's worth reading and worth trying to track down. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!